Jonathan, hey, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, nothing much. How's it going? Good.
It's going good, man. It's been a busy day, but I can't complain.
All right.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate
What
that.
would you like to go over today, man? What can I help you with?
All right, cool. So I'm trying to open up an Airbnb short-term
Okay.
rental here in Philadelphia. I really want to open it up and understand how the LLC works. I want to open it up with business funding. I don't want too much funding. I just want maybe 20, 30,000, nothing much, just to start off.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. Obviously the taxes, understanding the taxes, and that's pretty much. I'm not asking for much. I just need a small guidance towards.
You already have the house?
No, I don't. But my father has two properties that he really doesn't trust me with right now in Costa Rica.
Uh huh.
I really want to start off with that. But I really want to go in the direction of professional direction so that I could take over his properties and because he's doing everything old school.
Okay. Gotcha. So, where are you planning on opening up this Airbnb? Philadelphia?
Philadelphia, yeah.
Okay. And how are you planning on managing it? Or do you have any properties in mind? Did you already buy a place? Are you in contract right now? Where are you at?
No, I'm actually in the process of just getting everything situated, and then I'm gonna be looking once I get some business fundings. Hopefully, around like maybe when the taxes come in, I'm gonna be renting property out and then putting it on Airbnb as a short term rental. So using
Okay.
other people's properties to rent them out, at least to start off with at least one.
Okay. So you said using other people's properties. Are you going to be renting these properties from somebody else, or are you going to be buying them?
Renting.
Okay. Gotcha. So your plan is to rent a property from somebody and then you Airbnb and then use that Airbnb money to cover the rent.
Correct.
Okay, cool, awesome. So what do you think you need next in order to get started?
I want to open up a business account, and
Uh huh.
I spoke to you yesterday about opening up a bank account
Hmm.
with a bank without a LLC because at this point right now I don't know how is it going. I'm still waiting for my personal credit cards to come in. I probably got one more month for them to give me an increase for my personal, but I know I want to open up a business account. And somehow kind of fund it until I build up a relationship until they give me some increases or some credit cards. Because obviously, from what I've listened to your talks and other people's talks, is that they don't like to give you upfront unless you have everything structured out. You know what I'm saying? So I really want to make my business account, bank account, kind of like age it or build a relationship with them. And then by the time I have everything situated, I'll have some business fundings, or until the time where taxes come in, I'll have my business funding through that.
What do you mean by business funding through taxes? Can you clarify that for me? What you mean by
Like
that?
my W-2 forms, like when I file my income
Yeah,
tax.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'll be looking at, a nice little chunk of change, and I'll
Getting
just
money
probably,
back. Okay, okay,
right. Getting money back.
okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay, so using your tax refund to jumpstart your business.
correct.
Oh, okay. Yeah, totally. I think it's a great idea to open up some business accounts and begin building a relationship. I think that's super important. I think that's going to be huge. But in terms of like getting a loan, um, you're probably going to have to be co-signing on that in the very beginning. It's rare for businesses to be able to get loans only in the business name unless they have significant income coming in. They want That's what they're looking at, the income coming in. So without income coming in, you will have to probably personally guarantee some of these loans.
That
I think
makes
you already
sense.
know
That
that
makes sense.
already.
Yeah.
I really like using 0% interest credit cards. I think they're great. You know, that
That's
way
what
you
I was
can,
trying to go for. Yeah.
like Chase has two of them, like Business Inc. cards, and that's 0% interest for a year. So, I mean, you don't have to make a payment for a whole year. That would give you 365 days to jumpstart your business.
Right.
How's your personal
And then
credit?
I'll just attach that. I'll attach that toward like a personal guarantee. It. And then
Yeah.
when do I stop using my social when my business kind of shoots off and I start seeing that, all right, I'm getting money and I don't want to use my personal information for my business.
Yeah, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to get an EIN for your business. And so you
Hmm.
know how we talked about getting an EIN and then using that to open a business bank account? Like that's
Hmm.
cool because that EIN separates the business from you.
Right.
Right. So you don't have to use your social, you can use your EIN. But when you go to like Chase to get these credit cards, they're going to ask for your EIN, but they're
Hmm.
also going to ask you for your social security number because someone's got to be on the hook for it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So once after like a couple years or after you have a bunch of money flowing through and you start building up some business credit through Dun and Bradstreet, then you can go get like a specific business only loan. But in the beginning, it's going to be you guaranteed on it. So for at least a couple years, I think.
Okay, so those when I personal guarantee you, like if they give me a credit card for say $8,000,
Yeah.
I can't max that out because it's still part of my personal, or is it business and I can max it out, splurge on it on furniture, and then get my profit in like four
You can do that.
in the month that comes? Yeah, would
Yeah,
it
you
hurt
could
me
totally
like
max
that?
it
That's
out.
like the 30%.
Well, technically, it's not going to show on your credit report, like if you're just guaranteeing it with your social. So, like the amount, the balance on that credit card, because it's going to be mainly for your business and you're going to be using your EIN for it, it's not going to show
Mhm.
up on your personal credit report. But in the event that like it doesn't get paid back and the business goes under, you will still have to make sure that money gets paid back. So you
That
should be
makes sense.
okay
Yeah,
because I would run that shit up, get the furniture in there,
right.
get it furnished, get the listing, get some nice pictures taken, and then just start, making money.
Right. And then like when I open up a bank account, I still have to like when I open up a bank account for Chase, so I don't have Chase, I have Navy Federal. So I open
Sure.
up a bank account with them, get the EIN, personal guarantee it. I still have to build that relationship until I start trying to open up credit cards, or is this something like if they're in a good mood, they're gonna give me some credit cards?
Well, they're gonna probably take your personal credit rating into account because the business won't have a credit rating.
Okay.
Um, but that all depends. If you have like a relationship with the credit union, then they could be a great asset for you. The reason I mentioned Chase is because the Chase has 0% interest credit cards, uh, whereas a lot of places don't.
Yeah.
And that 0% interest
Okay.
just helps float you for a year.
Right, right. So opening up a business credit or business account, I could put some funding in it. I know
Yeah,
you teach all the time. Don't take your you don't use your business as personal uh
that's right.
using it. All right. So they're gonna personal guarantee it, and then I could just and you said I can open this up without without a LLC. Just when I get the LLC, I could just plug that in.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's true. You could do that. Yeah, absolutely. And LLC is going to be there for protection, but it's not going to help
Right.
you with taxes at all. So if you don't want to do it, you don't have to.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
What's important is that you go get an EIN for free from the IRS, and then you go down to the credit union and you open up a bank account for your business, not you. And then you
Right.
put a little bit of money into that account so you can spend money out of it. And then you go over to Chase. You don't have to open a bank account with them, but you can open up a credit card with them.
Right. Personal.
Yeah, and then that will be tied to the business as well, but there will be a personal, guarantee on the credit card, and then use those credit cards or Citibank credit cards or whatever you want to furnish and build out the Airbnb. That's what I would do.
Right. And yeah, yeah. So what you I think you was gonna ask me how was my credit. What's the credit score kind of range at to be on the safe side to start requesting for credit cards for
I don't
businesses
know,
and stuff?
probably to get like a decent limit on those credit cards, probably somewhere around like 600, maybe 650. I'm not really sure though, to be honest with you.
All right, then yeah, that's not good. Because the problem with me is like my Navy Federal goes to TransUnion and they're telling me two different numbers. So they tell me first 712 and then they tell me 681. Then I use the Mint account and they tell me like 670, 672, and then I used what is the other one, Credit Karma, and they're
Yeah.
telling me like in one day I got like 162 credits, so I'm like almost 690 or 794. how
Okay.
do i how do I know which one to go with?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. It depends on what the institution is deciding who they want to listen to. So like some people will listen to TransUnion and Experian, some will just do Equifax, some do soft pulls and just look at your previous history. It all depends on who is pulling your credit.
All right. So, and when I look for a bank, do I want to look for a specific bank that grabs from like, so for instance, I got TransUnion in my Navy Federal. Should I use like another bank with for Equifax or Experian, or should I just
Um,
stick to one bureau?
Honestly, you don't really have the choice because all three of those credit bureaus will report your credit, and it depends on whoever you're opening the credit card with. It depends on who they choose to look at. So I don't know that you have much of a choice. You just kind of have to. You would be like, "Hey Chase, who do you look at for a credit?" And they say, "Oh, Experian." Okay, cool. Not going to go with you because my Experian score is low. Hey Navy Federal,
Right.
you use TransUnion? Yeah, we do. My score's higher there. Okay, cool. I'll open up a credit card with you then.
Uh.
That kind of thing. I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I
I
think I
like
think that's I think that's all it right there.
I
I
like
think
where your
that's
head's at,
all it,
dude.
man.
I love the ideas.
I'm
Like
trying, man. I'm trying.
it can work. It can work, especially if you
Yeah.
deliver like an experience. Especially if you make the
Right.
Airbnb sick, and people want to go there and they want to stay there.
Right, right. So I'm trying to open it up for like business experiences. Like Philadelphia, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Philadelphia. It's just
Yes.
like a fashion district city. It's a
Mm-hmm.
business city. It's very entrepreneurs, a lot of entrepreneurs. So I'm trying to like favor to that. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I just want to give them some, I don't want to like focus on those people, but then I do want to focus on those people because I feel like that's where the money will be at. You understand?
Do. I would focus on one type of person and then make it perfect for them. Ignore everybody else.
Right.
Yeah, if you're gonna make it just for businesses, like do that and ignore like families. You don't want kids and families staying there. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
that's what
yeah,
I would
yeah.
recommend. Just picking one
Right,
customer and just trying to serve them super hard.
right, right, right. And
Yeah.
as for like my LLC opening it up, do I open it up as like a lodging, or do I open it up like I think you mentioned one time like you want to open your LLC up as like a management, so I can kind of like diversitize it where I can like make some YouTube videos, teach people what I
Yeah.
do. Is that something that I should do? Will I still be able to play with rentals with like a manage? What do you call it? Like a business management? You said is the best, one of the best.
There's a lot of different ways, a lot of different codes that you can type in when you're opening your LLC. And to be honest with you, Jonathan, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter.
Really?
Yeah, the IRS doesn't care how you make their money as long as they get their cut. So you could do YouTube, you can do
Yeah.
real estate, and you can sell T-shirts and hot dogs, if you want to. So it
Right.
just put whatever fits in the beginning when you're opening the LLC, and then just don't
Hmm.
even worry about it. No one has ever asked me about it. No one's ever questioned it. It's just not really a thing.
Right. And as long as you use that specific bank and you file your taxes with that specific bank, if you do hot dogs and sell t-shirts and sell candy, that's all in the same business account.
Yeah,
Your
they don't
expenses
care.
come from there. Okay. That
Yeah,
makes
you're
sense.
good.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that way you can keep
Yeah.
it simple, and like you don't have to open up a bunch of stuff. I've made that mistake before. I've confused the shit out of myself and made it way too complicated. Simple is the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I watch a lot of your videos. I'm
Thank
a
you.
person that I learn from people's mistakes, man. And I really do. And I'm trying to perfect everything through people's mistakes. You know what I mean?
Yep, I do. I do.
That's sweet,
Hmm.
man. That's sweet. I don't want to take too much of your time. I think our time is up, man. It was beneficial, man. I know we
Great.
we 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 scheduled for 15 minutes, but man, I'm gonna definitely keep you in my choices for people to take knowledge from because I've been going wishy washy with so many people, and it's just like your vibe is just like sincere. I hope you are, but I'm just saying like your vibe on my side is sincere,
Cool, man.
and everybody else it just seems like they're just trying to fit me in the little small pocket in their pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, I know
Nobody
what you
knows what
mean.
that pocket's called, but it's the small one.
Cool. I'm glad I could help you, man. If you have any other questions, just hit me up on Instagram, dude. I would be happy to help you. And then if you get to a point where you need like more info, more stuff, just keep asking, dude. When I have the time, I'll respond. I'll get back to you.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot. All right.
You're welcome. Have a great day, Jonathan.
All right. You too. Bye bye.
Bye.